Hey Kiva Cubs, Mrs. Hoffer here for today's math lesson.
Okay, friends, so the goal of today's lesson is that you will know how to compare height. You'll understand how to describe height using the words taller, shorter, and equal to, or about the same. And you'll be able to compare heights of objects to see which object is taller, which object is shorter, or if the objects are about the same or equal to each other in height. Friends, yesterday we learned about a unit of measurement called height and how we can measure it from its base to its very top. It's a lot like length, but instead it's standing up tall instead of from side to side. Friends, remember it's very important, just like length, that we start measuring from one starting point at the very base and go all the way up to the very top when measuring and comparing heights of objects. So if we were talking about these utensils on the screen, we'd have to make sure that we started at the exact same point, the same starting point at their very bases of the utensils all the way to each of their very tops. And remember, friends, can we measure starting and anywhere on an object or these utensils, for example? What do you think? No, that's right. Like we just said, we have to start from the object's very base when we're measuring its height. Good job. So yesterday, Keeble Cubs, if you remember, we measured some objects from around my house, Mrs. Hoffer's house, like these utensils we see on the screen, that we can measure and compare the heights of with the Unifix cubes from our pickup packs. But also remember, friends, there are many different non-standard forms of measurement we can use to compare heights. Today, we're going to go over one of my favorite non-standard forms of measurement, paper clips, to practice comparing heights together on the screen using the words shorter to describe items in height that are smaller and taller to describe objects that are bigger in height when comparing objects on the screen. Let's get started. The spoon and the knife from our last page, our last screen, and I put them on this screen because I'd really like to see what the difference is in the two objects. So, in order to do that, I aligned them perfectly from the bases, as you can see with the blue line on the bottom, to make sure they have the same starting point. And I lined up perfectly on their sides, straight up, some paper clips to measure how tall in height both the knife and the spoon are. Now, let's count. How many paper clips do we see right here next to the knife, Keeble Cubs? How many paper clips in height is the knife? That's right, friends. It's 4 paper clips tall. And what about the spoon? How many paper clips tall is the spoon? That's right, friends. It's 3 paper clips tall. Good job. So if the knife is 4 paper clips tall and the spoon is 3 paper clips tall, Keeper Cubs, which one do you think is the taller object? That's right. It is the knife because it has more paper clips. It is the larger, the taller object. So that means, Keeble Cubs, the spoon is the shorter of the two objects. Good job, friends. Okay, now, friends, I want to compare these delicious 2 lollipops, including the heights of their sticks. We want to see if the blue and red lollipop on the left of our screen is taller or shorter or equal to the height of the rainbow lollipop next to it. So, friends, in order to do that, what did we have to make sure we had to do right here at the base, we had to make sure it was aligned. So we aligned it, and then we have the paper clips adding right next to it. How many paper clips do we count on the rainbow lollipop Keeble Cubs? That's right, we count 4. And what about the amount of paper clips that we count on the red and blue one next to it? That's right, we also count 4. So because both of the lollipops are about 4 paper clips in length, what do we say, Keeble Cubs? They are what to each other? That's right, friends. They are about the same or equal to each other in length. Good job. Next, friends, I just took these 2 pencils out of my pencil case, and I have a big English assignment with lots of writing coming up. So I want to use the taller of the 2 pencils because I know the taller one is going to last me longer. So, friends, what do we have to do to see which of the 2 objects is taller? That's right. Good job. We have to measure them. So we added the turquoise line on the bottom to make sure and see that they were properly aligned and that the bases had the same starting point. Friends, tell me, how many paper clips tall is the orange pencil? Good job. That's right. We see it is about 3 paper clips tall. And how many paper clips tall is the yellow pencil? That's right, Keeble Cubs, good job. We see that it is about 4 paper clips in height, 4 paper clips tall. So, because it is 4 paper clips tall and the orange one is 3, we know that the yellow one is the taller pencil. Good job, Keeble Cubs. So, if that's the taller one, what's this orange one? That's right, it's the shorter pencil. All right, now we have these 2 big vegetables on our screen, Cubs, because we need to see what sizes these healthy vegetables are for our growing bodies. And we want to measure their heights to see if they're taller than if one is taller than the other, if one is shorter than the other, or if they are about the same or equal to one another. So we are going to add the turquoise line below to align. Make sure that they have the same base, and then I'm going to add the paper clips like you saw, and we can see that there's how many paper clips tall of the potato? That's right, the potato is 3 paper clips tall. And how many paper clips tall is the broccoli? That's right, it is also 3 paper clips tall. So what do we say about these 2 objects, Keeble Cubs? That's right, we say that these 2 vegetables or these 2 objects are about the same or equal to each other in height because they are both 3 paper clips tall. Fantastic job, friends. Okay, friends. So for our last height comparison today, I want to see which of these 2 erasers that I just picked out from my pencil case are taller and which one is the shorter one. Keeble Cubs, do you have any guesses which is the shorter one? Is the pink eraser the shorter one, or is the pinkish and blue eraser the shorter one? What do you think? Well, now that we've made our guesses, let's measure and figure it out. So you see, I've added the line at the bottom to make sure they are perfectly aligned and have this same starting base point. We count 1, 2 paper clips tall, so 2 paper clips in height for the pink eraser, and 1, 2, 3 paper clips in height for the pinkish blue eraser. So, Keeble Cubs, which is the shorter eraser? The pink or the pinkish blue one? That's right. It is the pink one because 2 is smaller, so a shorter amount than 3. So that means that this pinkish blue eraser would be my taller eraser of the 2. Awesome. Awesome job, Keeble Cubs.
That's all the time we have today. Keeble Cubs, keep up the fantastic math work.